Hello and welcome to Books of Blood. My name is John, and first off, let me apologize for my hair looking slicked back like a mafia lawyer or something, or a criminal lawyer. Remember on Breaking Bad, whenever Jesse said, "You don't need a criminal lawyer, you need a criminal lawyer." I apologize for my hair looking like that, but if I don't do something with it, I just woke up. I woke up about 30-40 minutes ago, and if I don't do something with it, yikes. Okay, that's just all I'm going to say is yikes. All right. Anyway, so the other day I got a message from the Horrific Podcast on my Instagram, and they said, "Hey, I saw where you were asking people to tag you for tags," and he said, "Here's a tag for you," which I'm really appreciative of, and I appreciate Jason tagging me for the oh gosh, what was the name of that tag? I don't remember the name of the tag. I am so sorry. I am very sorry. A ratings and reviews tag, that one there. And so I really appreciate that. So anyway, the one that the Horrific Podcast tagged me for is called the Host with the Most Tag. Okay? And it's all about being a YouTube host. Now, let me see. I don't know if I think he is the one who created the tag. I believe so. It doesn't have anything on here indicating that he's not. Alright. And, yeah, no, it looks like from the transcript he is the actual creator of the tag. And I have not seen these questions. I've maybe seen one or two of the questions. So whatever answers you get from me are going to be just like they were for the ratings and reviews. They're going to be very impromptu. I might have to think about the answers a little bit, but I always feel like that's the best way. It keeps you honest. If you have to think about something, I think you're going to want to tend to embellish or whatever. And I like to just get the answer right out there. That's just me. Anyway, I believe, let me see how many questions we got here. There are 9 questions. It doesn't say anything about tagging anybody, but I still might do that. All right. So number 1, it says, "What prompted you to step into the spotlight?" Okay, as far as me being a host, and I'm assuming they mean, and I asked him, I said, "What do you mean by host?" And he's like, "Just somebody that runs a channel." All right, so it doesn't mean that you run a live show or anything like that. For me, I got started with BookTube. I think what I did was I started just watching BookTube videos, and I just got back into reading in 2018, 2019. I picked up a copy of The Outsider by Stephen King. I hadn't read a book in a long time, all right, and I loved it, and it just kept me going. Next thing you know, I'm reading No Country for Old Men. I'm reading, I don't know, I think I read The Institute by Stephen King. And I kept seeing all these different channels popping up that talked about books. Some I liked, some I didn't, okay? The ones I liked, I subscribed to and I watched. And I'm just sitting there thinking, you know what? This might be something I could do. I don't have a lot of hobbies. I don't build models. I don't play with trains or anything like that. That's expensive. Of course, then again, so is buying books. Because these copies of Dracula, this one and this one, cost me a decent amount of money. All right. Anyway, so yeah, it was just basically a thing where I thought, you know what, I can do this. So if you've ever gone back and watched any of my first videos, you're just going to be like, wow, because they're really, really bad. Of course, you might be sitting here thinking that these videos are really, really bad too, but that's what got me started, all right? All right, number 2, is this your first rodeo? In other words, do you mean, is this my first YouTube channel? It definitely is my first YouTube channel. It started off as Written in Blood, which was also the name of my blog that I had. But I didn't have the blog and the channel at the same time. The blog was about 5, 6, maybe 7 years ago. And the YouTube channel, I joined YouTube in 2012, but I didn't have a channel for YouTube until 2019. And since then I've done over 500 videos. I think The next one coming up will probably be 518 or 519 or something like that. So definitely this is definitely my first rodeo. I did have another channel while I was doing this one that concentrated on music, because I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to lean my camera down a little bit. And if you see all these boxes right here, and there's 1, 2, 3, there's 13 of these type of boxes, and each one of them is filled with that many CDs. Alright, so you do the math, and you can understand that I love music just as much as I love books. Alright, and I sometimes wonder if I don't love it even more, because I'm not having a reading slump right now. I'm having a music slump right now. I'm having a reading slump. But anyway, that channel is gone. I don't have that channel anymore because nobody was watching, and I don't think they were interested. So I don't know. Anyway, yes, my first rodeo it is. Number 3, what is the most satisfying thing about being the host? The most satisfying thing about being the host? Probably being in control of what I say and do on my channel. I mean, yes, there are things that I can't say and can't do on my channel because of, YouTube, and, I don't want them, well, I'm not monetized, so big deal about that, but I don't want them blocking my channel or giving me a strike or anything like that. So yeah, but basically to me, it's being in control and being able to talk about the books that I want to talk about, and share them with you, and just try my best to have fun with it. So there you go. All right. Number 4, how has being a host helped? How has being a host helped you to grow as a person? It's probably given me a little bit more confidence. When we were married, one thing my wife always said to me was, if you don't have confidence, fake confidence. And if you fake it long enough, eventually you will have that confidence. And I've had to do that. I've had to do that with people that I didn't want to approach. I'm not a people person. I don't like just going up to people. But if I hear you talking about something, like last night, I was in the grocery store, and I was getting some snacks for work. And this young cashier, he's probably about 16, 17 years old, they were talking about roller coasters, and he said, I don't do roller coasters. And they're like, why? And he said, did you ever see Final Destination 3? He said, no. He said, after I saw that, he said, I don't do roller coasters. And I told him, I said, oh, you know what? I said, Final Destination 2 did me in for propane grills. That very last scene at the end where the propane grill blows up, and and there's body parts flying everywhere. I'm like, nope, I'm perfectly fine with charcoal. Let's just say that whenever I barbecue, which I don't do very much, even though I love barbecue. So yeah, it kind of helped bring me out of my shell just a little bit, but at the same time, I'm still kind of a homebody. It has to be something interesting that I want to talk about. If somebody starts talking to me about the weather, I'm just going to be like, oh, good grief, that's a cliched conversation. Come on, stop. And I'm definitely not. You're definitely not going to see me out on the golf course or anything like that. I hate golf. I'm sorry. If you like golf, I applaud you, because you have the patience and everything, but I can't do it. I just don't. And dealing with some of the people that play golf that I have to deal with at my job, oh, good grief. Okay. Because personally, I think some of them are kind of, I'm not saying every golfer is, don't get me wrong. I'm just thinking, I think some of these guys are complete morons, but that's just me. Yeah, so it's just helped me be a little bit more confident, all right? Sorry about these really drawn out answers. Number 5, what is the most difficult aspect of being the host? The difficult aspect of being the host or the owner or runner or whatever of a YouTube channel for me is thinking of what I'm going to say. Especially when it comes to like a book review. I've had so many times that I'll start saying something and it'll be like, hello, welcome to Books of Blood, blah, 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 and I realize that I don't like it, and I'll just be like, oh, that effing sucks, and I'll just hit, stop and think, all right, let's sit back a little bit. And there have been times I've gotten really angry about what I want to say and how I want to say it, and if it's just not coming out right, that really pisses me off. So that's the most difficult thing right there. Number 6, what has been your biggest host-based challenge? Probably my biggest host-based challenge is one that I have actually not done very much, and one that I have probably not done at all. The one that I have not done very much, in fact I've only done it one time, is to go live here on my channel. Part of my self-deprecating personality, part of my personality that has that little bit of low self-esteem or whatever, it's kind of hard for me to do these live shows. And yes, I know it's the same thing basically as like I'm talking to you guys right now. It's just that it's happening for real at that particular time. But I struggle with it. And I also struggle with wanting to ask people, like authors, to be on my channel. And the thing, here's the way my thought process goes. It'll be like, oh, hey, you know what? I would really like to ask, oh, let me think of an author here. Oh, I would really like to ask L.J. Dougherty on my channel. You know, I think I'll do that because I think he would probably say yes. But then I'll be scrolling through and it could be like, oh, live author chat with L.J. Dougherty. I'm like, well, he's probably already been asked these questions. Why should I even bother? That's just me. That's what happens with me. That's, you know, that is the most difficult aspect is just, biggest, I don't remember what question I'm on. I think I'm on number 5 the host. Oh, number 6. I think number 5. Yeah, what's the most difficult aspect? Yeah, it's just having the confidence to do a live show and having the confidence to ask somebody to do maybe an interview, because like I said, I just figured that somebody else has already asked the questions. So, and I think that was number 5. I'm going to say it was. Number 6. What has been your biggest host-based challenge? Well, maybe I did answer number 6, because number 5 and number 6 are so kind of similar, you know. So yeah, I'm going to say that I answered number 6. I don't know, but I'm losing my train of thought. I'm very sorry about that. But anyway, biggest host-based challenge, what I just talked about, is just getting the confidence to do live shows and ask people maybe to do for interviews and stuff. And another reason I don't like to ask people to do interviews is because I don't like to feel like I'm kissing butt. And a lot of times I just feel like if I did that, that's what it would feel like to me, that I'm kissing butt and trying to get free books and stuff, and I'm not. In fact, I've actually, well, whenever Silver Shamrock Publishing was in existence, before they shot themselves in the foot and it ricocheted and hit them in the nuts, yeah, they were sending me books, but I finally just said, you know what, guys, just don't send me anything else. I'll buy your books, but you know, you don't have to do that. Anyway, all right, number 7. Since number 5 and number 6 were so mixed up and convoluted or whatever. Number 7. What would make you stop? What would make me stop being a? What would make me stop being a booktuber? What would make me stop being the host of a channel? If I started getting too much negative feedback, and I hardly get any. Every now and then I'll get some. Whenever I used to do my music stuff here on this channel, and it's where I would rank, like if I had every album by an artist and I would rank them, I would get some people on there that just tried to, I don't know, they tried to show me, oh, I know more about music than you do or whatever, and it was just a ranking thing. It was how I felt about them, and they just kind of got kind of asinine about it, and it's like, oh, well, you know, I would have ranked this, or this is a better album than that. Well, it may be a better album to you, but it's not a better album to me, so shut the cup up, okay? Yeah, see that cup, shut it up, okay? Anyway, all right, so yeah, that would make me stop. There was way too much negative feedback, you know, because I don't need that in my life right now. All right, so there you go. All right, number 8. What would you like to do better? Let's see. Make love to a. Oh wait, no, that's not right. Never mind. That's not what you mean. Sorry about that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. Um, what would I like to do better? I would like to be more confident in how I speak. When I read some of the synopsises of these books, my tongue would just get so twisted and tied. I wish I was more eloquent. I wish I spoke more eloquently, and didn't have to struggle with some pronunciations. And it really bugs me because my wife used to tell me, she said, she would tell people, she would just give him word spell, he can spell anything. And that's not really true because, you have to kind of see the word before you can spell it, but that's what she was very proud of me about. And she was also proud of me because I could actually name the director of a film even sometimes if I hadn't seen the film, which is really odd. I can't do that as well nowadays because a lot of movies that are showing nowadays I'm just not as interested in, and there's a whole slew of new directors coming out too. So yeah, but yeah, I'd like to be more eloquent. All right, so that was number 8. Last question: what inspires you to keep going? The people who watch my videos. That's what inspires me to keep going. The people that write and say, hey, you know what? I love your series, 50 Years of Horror Fiction, or I love your Horror Across America series. It's helped me find so many books. Somebody told me the other day, I can't remember who it is, but they said that they have got more books off of my recommendations than anybody. And that, man, that just made me just like, I felt so proud. I felt so good about that. And I've got another person who has wanted me to do a booktube or a bookshelf tour, and I want to. I kind of did. I've got the books right here, but this is just a small portion of my books. I've got 2 things right over here. Those carts that you buy at Michael's that are three tiers high. I've actually got 3 of those, although one of them is missing a shelf. I'm going to turn the camera around again and let you guys see this. But if you notice, what I did, here's one of them the way it looks normally. And then over here to the left beside the stool that's folded up, I took 2 of them and I put them together as one to help to create a little less space, and I think I did pretty good with it anyway. But the rest of my books, I've got books in the next room. Those are paperbacks, and I've got some art books, like some comic book art books and some big oversized books. I've got those, and then in the room where my wife and I used to sleep, I don't sleep in there anymore. My sister-in-law sleeps in there because she's been living with me and my wife for the longest time, and she's continuing to live and here, which is fine. I don't have any problem with that. But the rest of my books are in there, and it is an absolute mess and very disorganized. And so as soon as I'm able to get that kind of organized and get the books in some kind of orderly fashion, and not only the books but the room too. The room is a mess. It's very hard to navigate. But as soon as I can get that done, I will put together a bookshelf tour, and I appreciate the patience of the person that's been asking me about this. She's been very patient about it, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, that is the last of the questions for the host with the most tag. I am sorry if I talked way too much, and I'm trying to think, do I want to tag anybody? You know what, I'm going to just tag... I'm thinking I'm going to just tag one person. Alright, I am going to tag... I'm going to tag Pax Panic. I want to hear her thoughts on this. So Pax, if you're watching this, and I'm pretty sure that you are because you're really a loyal watcher, and I appreciate that, but you've been tagged for this. And if you want to tag more people, then go right ahead. But anyway, this has been the host with the most tag. I appreciate you guys watching, and as I always say, take care and stay scared. Bye-bye.